Hello. Okay. So let us start today. So welcome everyone. Our first session of Revitalize 2021, Make Yourself Stronger, Healthier and More Active is balanced nutrition. Balanced nutrition is going to be our theme for the first week of Revitalize. In today's session, we will talk about how you should balance your meals to have better energy levels and increase your strength. But before I begin, I would like to ask how many of you, have this common complaint or a very regular complaint of having a headache or feeling a little weak. I wouldn't say it is the weakness which we feel after some kind of illness, but this weakness literally means having lower energy levels. Say in these 4 to 5 years, the energy levels have consistently decreased, or compared to the energy levels of what our elders used to have, our energy levels seem quite low, or having difficulty in concentrating in what you are doing. So, do any of you face these complaints frequently? You can unmute yourself and you can reply, or you can just type your answer in the chat window. Anything is okay. But let us have this as an interactive session. You can simply type yes or no.
I'll come by 5:30.
Okay, I see a few replies over here.
How to reply?
नहीं
नहीं हो और how to reply?
बोल यार बोल
नहीं
Okay, yes. So I see a few people replying yes to this conversation. So can you, just guess why this might be happening? If you ask me, as a nutritionist, in these few years of practicing as a nutritionist and my experience discussing this with my clients, my experience is that whenever you feel, frequently have such complaints like having a headache or feeling weak or having very low energy levels or difficulty in concentrating in what you do, a very wavering mind, unable to focus on one single thing and do that with utmost concentration, this means that something is going wrong in your diet. Okay. And the most important thing which I feel which is going wrong here is an improper or an imbalanced ratio of carbohydrates and proteins in your diet. In these few years, you must have seen that there is a lot of focus on increasing the protein content in your diet. Many experts or a lot of people suggest that a high protein diet will be able to increase your strength. A high protein diet will be able to increase the strength in your muscles and help you have a very strong body. But as a nutritionist, I feel that our whole diet has to be balanced always. So I will never focus on the fact of increasing the protein, only the protein in your diet. Most often, when we face such complaints, the root cause of such complaints is an imbalanced ratio of proteins and carbohydrates. There are a lot of diet fads these days which advocate having a very low carb diet, decreasing, very substantially decreasing the quantity of carbohydrates in your diet. A lot of people, substantially decrease carbohydrates when they want to cut down weight. or those people who have started working out, who have started exercising, even they cut down their weight. Or people, a lot of clients of mine who have diabetes, who have high blood pressure issues, who have cancer, a lot of them, the first thing which they do is they start cutting down the carbohydrates in their diet. You might be shocked to know here that a combination of carbohydrates and proteins is always very effective and is always necessary if you want to have better energy and strength. So the first thing to remember here is energy and strength are two completely different things. Huh? Having the energy means you have a very fit body. You always feel enthusiastic about doing something. Your brain is getting the sufficient energy which it requires. It is getting all the necessary energy which it requires. Your brain is always fully functional and fully active and fully attentive. This is the meaning of energy. The meaning of strength is having a better toned and muscular body, having better strength in your bones. So if you are exercising, if you have a very hectic schedule every day, you should have that much strength to bear with all of that. If at the end of the day you feel that you are having a lot of fatigue, or you are having a lower pain in your upper body region, in your upper back or in your lower back, or in your legs or in your arms, that means that your strength has been decreasing consistently. So, understanding that energy and strength are two different things, and two completely different nutrients will be required to have better energy and better strength, because only having better levels of both will be able to help you stay healthy. So, understanding this ratio is very important. So, to have a better level of both, that is, better energy and better strength, both carbohydrates and proteins are required. And if you do not have either any of this, either the carbohydrate and protein ratio in your diet is wrong, or your choice of carbohydrates and proteins which you are consuming in your diet is wrong. Having a low carb diet, consuming a low carb diet is not necessarily wrong every time, but choosing the correct kind of carbohydrates is very important. So today what I would be discussing with you is how to choose the correct kind of carbohydrates and the correct kind of proteins in your daily diet. But before that, I would like to stress a little more on this concept of energy and strength. So all of us know that for us to increase our lean body weight, that is to have a better muscle percentage, have better muscular strength, have better physical strength, we need to increase the proteins, the quantity of proteins in our diet. But did you know that whenever you consume proteins from your food, they don't directly go and get stored in your muscles, or get used for different immune functions, or get used for synthesizing different hormones. Whenever you consume any protein, these proteins are first broken down into their building blocks, which are amino acids. And these amino acids are then used by our body to synthesize the protein which our body requires. So a very simple thing like building the muscle percentage and increasing the muscle percentage, if you just consume a protein shake, or you consume protein in any vegetarian or non-vegetarian form, it is not directly going to get accumulated in your muscles and give you a very strong muscle percentage. That will be broken down, and then it will be again resynthesized to the muscle which to the protein which the body requires. So that is why this process of breaking down of protein and synthesizing new protein requires other nutrients also in combination with the protein. And the best source to get these accessory nutrients for building protein in your body is a very good source of carbohydrates. So if you have very low carbohydrate diet, if your choice of carbohydrates is wrong, even though you consume a lot of protein, too much protein, it is not going to get absorbed and assimilated in your body. In fact, that protein will create a lot of pressure on your kidneys to process that much protein, and most of it will be thrown out. So For the protein to be used in a very healthy manner inside your body, you require very good quality carbohydrates. Let us understand why this happens. So, the process of breaking down and resynthesizing of protein requires nutrients like zinc. It also requires vitamin A. Vitamin A can be obtained in the form of a precursor from orange colored vegetables or from any leafy vegetable. Zinc, the best source to get zinc is either from different nuts or from unprocessed whole grain carbohydrates. Okay, so only if you have these sources along with your protein, only then the protein is going to get absorbed and assimilated. So to build strength, not only do you require protein, but do you also require accessory nutrients to assimilate that protein. Another very important nutrient which will help you build your muscle strength is glycogen. Why? Because glycogen is the storage form of energy inside your muscles. So only if you have better glycogen levels, only then the phase in which you are exercising, all of that glycogen is used up to supply energy to your muscles. But if the supplies of glycogen in your muscles are low, then the protein in the muscles is broken down to supply energy to your muscles. So that is why only with good glycogen, the muscle tissue is maintained and you can increase that tissue. So where does this glycogen come from? It comes from healthy carbohydrates only. So that is why both carbs and proteins always function together. So this gets us to the very important first rule of nutrition, which is synergy. What does synergy mean? Synergy means teamwork. None of the nutrients in our body function alone. All of the nutrients in our body function as a team. Carbohydrates require proteins for their function. Proteins require certain minerals for their function. Fats are required. So all of these always work as a team. They always work in synergy and they function inside our body. There is no separate role for carbohydrates. There is no separate role for proteins. In fact, most of their roles are interconnected. So if you want to have a very healthy body function, then for getting holistic health, your diet also has to be holistic and your diet also has to be balanced. Okay, so now that we have understood the importance of balancing our diet, let us look at how we can incorporate such healthy foods in our diet. So today we will only be talking about incorporating healthy proteins and healthy carbs in our diet. So let me just share my screen with you and explain what I want to explain. Okay. So I hope all of you can see and read this image clearly. This image gives you in a very simple manner and explains to you what are the different kinds of carbohydrates which we require. There are certain carbohydrates which are called as simple carbs and there are certain carbs which are called as complex carbs. So the complex category of carbohydrates are those which come loaded with nutrients. They have a lot of fiber inside them and these are the carbohydrates which we are looking for because these carbohydrates help us have better energy levels and they complement proteins in their functions. So these complex carbohydrates can be in the form of different grains like wheat, rice, jawar, bajra, ragi, or different kinds of millets like kodo millet, proso millet, foxtail millet, little millet, which is varai. They can be in the form of vegetables. So these are the healthy carbohydrates which we are looking for to complement with our proteins. Fruits do not necessarily come in the complex carbohydrate session, and we will talk a little later in the following few sessions about the healthy way to consume your fruits and when you can consume your fruits. Today we will not be talking about including the fruits in your diet. So these are the healthy carbohydrates which you are looking to consume, but they will only be healthy when they are not processed. So not a lot of polishing involved, or these grains being grown naturally without using a lot of chemicals. If they are consumed in such a form, then these carbohydrates are very healthy. To emphasize what I want to say, I would like to share one more image with you. Why it is important to consume complex carbs and not a lot of simple carbs in your diet. So in this image, you can see that whenever you consume any simple carbohydrate, because they lack a lot of fiber, they are loaded with sugar. When you consume simple carbohydrates, your blood glucose levels spike in a very short amount of time and come down even faster. Whereas if you consume complex carbohydrates, they require time to be digested. And as and when your body requires energy, these complex carbohydrates are used up and they supply energy very slowly. So this gives a very steady release or a slow release of energy, and hence these carbohydrates don't contribute to increasing your blood sugar levels, but they do their work of what carbohydrates are supposed to do. Carbohydrates are supposed to give consistent supply of energy to your brain. Carbohydrates are required, the nutrients in the bran of carbohydrates, the nutrients present in the fiber of carbohydrates are required for your insulin to function better. They are required for proteins to be assimilated better. There are a lot of functions which these carbohydrates are do, but it is only possible if these carbohydrates are present in their most natural and unprocessed form. I would like to share one example of how carbohydrates are good or turn bad. So all of us know about sugarcane, right? So whenever in the old times when people used to consume sugarcane, the incidence of diabetes was quite low because sugarcane comes with a lot of fiber. You have to chew on the sugarcane for a very long time to extract all of that juice. And when you chew that sugarcane for such a long time, then the fiber in that sugarcane contains a mineral called as chromium. And chromium is very important for our body to have better and reactive insulin. It prevents insulin resistance. So this is the importance of chromium, which is only present in the fiber of sugarcane. But when you extract juice from sugarcane, when you process that sugarcane to make sugar or to make jaggery, all of the chromium is lost along with that fiber. And then the sugar, which is pure glucose, contributes to increasing our sugar levels and one of the biggest positive agent of diabetes. So here lies the root cause of our ill health. Choosing sugarcane to prevent diabetes or choosing sugar to cause diabetes. So this is how all of the healthy carbohydrates in our diet function. I would like to share one more image with you. So when we discussed about proteins, as I said, all of the nutrients work together as a team. They never function individually. Okay. So in this image, you can see that, for protein to function in a very normal way, proteins either have to be combined with grains or with vegetables or with legumes or with nuts and seeds. Only then the protein becomes a complete protein and you get all of the nutrients along with the protein for the proper processing of that protein and for the protein to be incorporated inside healthy tissues. Okay, so these are the ways in which you can combine protein to have better assimilation. One more image I can share here which emphasizes what I want to share. Okay, so how to combine proteins and which are the best protein combinations? Not only proteins, for better carbohydrate and protein combination. So you can combine cereals with legumes. So cereals are basically wheat, Rice, jawar, bajra, ragi, these are all cereals. And legumes are anything which can be sprouted, like moong, methi, matki, or chole, or rajma, anything which can be sprouted. Legumes with nuts is also a very healthy combination. Combining cereals with only nuts will is not really a complete combination because both of these lack the amino acid lysine. Amino acid, like I said, are the building blocks of protein. And there are 8 amino acids which our body cannot synthesize. These have to be obtained from the diet and hence they are called as essential amino acids. So our complete diet, why combine carbs and proteins? Because one complements the nutrition which lacks in the other, right? So cereals and nuts is not really a very wholesome combination. You can combine cereals with legumes, legumes with nuts, nuts, but not nuts with cereals. Or you can, if you are okay with non-vegetarian food or food of animal origin, you can combine milk or buttermilk or eggs with cereals, nuts, and legumes. So this is the way in which you should have your daily diet. Your daily diet should be a combination of all different kinds of nutrients. Okay. So now let us discuss few examples. This is an exercise for you first today after watching this video. I can share one example with you of a very balanced carbohydrate and protein combination. Now, because I am a Maharashtrian, in Maharashtrians, there is a very simple way to do this in the form of bhazani. So what is bhazani? Bhazani is different cereals and different protein sources like different dals and different legumes all roasted to make them easy and light to digestion and combined. And you can make rotis out of that. So this is a very simple, very effective, very fast way of combining a very healthy combination of carbs and proteins. Because I have a Maharashtrian background, I know about this. But you might be coming from different backgrounds or you might be aware of different traditional Indian cuisines. So today as an exercise, I would like all of you to share after watching this video on our group, what are the different healthy combinations you practice in your culture for the healthy combinations of carbohydrate and protein.